What up, y'all? Did we come through? Did we come on through? Get on in here, everybody. Saturn's Day. You never know when I'm gonna pop up. I told you that. You never know. You never know. What up, y'all? Y'all out there in the face of the pandeezy, enjoying your Saturn's Day? What up, peoples? There they go. King Chris, what up? Shamika, SOS, Michelle, what up? Zod the Great, what up, Brandon? Little Goddess, Clinton, Loye, Scotty Saturn, Devin Coleman, C. Tyler, Tanya Parker, what up? What up, everybody? Come on in here. What up, Brian? What's poppin', y'all? Terrence Monger, what up, boy? Man, what is poppin', y'all? What's poppin' today? Got a few things to talk about. So, real quick, before I get into anything, I have an announcement about the more police stop packages. If you guys have ordered your police stop package, if you ordered it after the 28th, it's still gonna take a minute for you to get there because we ran out of constitutional rights cards and police stop flashcards. So literally both of them. So we had to wait. We had to reorder that stuff. So it takes a minute. Plus the printer for the flashcards. Oh, who was that? DeMarcus Graves. Appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. The printer for the flashcards ran out of the card stock that we use for the flashcards. So it was taking a minute for it to get back in. So man, we can only put out stuff when we get it. We had the stuff on order, but because you guys have, and shout out to y'all, that's a testament to you guys. You've really been on your law stuff recently. You've been ordering the packages. You're trying to really get up on this law stuff. So that's what's up. That's dope. But who was that? Little Goddess. Appreciate you. That's right. Hit that like button. Appreciate you. Hit that like button, like that little Goddess said. But so the packages, because you guys have been ordering, they got bought out. A lot of the stuff gets bought out. So there's a lot of pieces to the package, flashcards and constitutional rights cards and notices and public official bonds book and know your rights manual. So all kind of stuff. All these books have to be printed up. All this stuff to be printed up. So we got bought out of a lot of the stuff recently. So for the people who did order after the 28th, if you just ordered know your rights cards or anything that didn't involve flashcards or constitutional right card, then your stuff was sent out this week. But if you didn't, if you ordered any of those things, then your package will be sent out this coming week. All right, when we get the stuff. So hold on, y'all. Hold on, baby. Hold on. It's coming. So next thing, I want to give a shout out to Bro Rich. What up, Bro Rich? If you guys didn't see, we did an interview on Tuesday on Bro Rich. Was Black Magic 363. So if y'all hadn't seen that, go check it out. We was vibing. We were talking about how your brain is a tuning fork, like it's a musical instrument. Basically tuning in the vibration that's already around you, all the vibrations or frequencies that's around you. Man, we got into it. We were vibing so much, we both reached for tuning forks at the exact same time. Didn't even see each other do it. He reached for his, I reached for mine. We like, boom, like, oh shit. That's how the vibration and the frequency goes. We were in perfect harmony on that shit. So that was a real fun one. You guys go check it out. We was getting our clown on, but we were really vibing on that. And bringing the ancestors through and the information through. So go check that out, y'all. And shout out to Urban X. That's Black Dot and Malcolm. They gave a shout out on the show. So I want to give them brothers a shout out. I really mess with Black Dot and Malcolm, Urban X TV. If y'all haven't checked it out, go check it out. They give it's a dope podcast, father and son. They give a real balanced report of information. It's not one-sided. It's a very objective, because they both Virgos, so obviously they're going to step back and try to dissect it the way Virgos do. But they give a real balanced, breakdown of information. And it's a good variety of stuff, hip-hop and, political stuff and comedy. And Black Dot is crazy as me, so that's why I really fuck with Black Dot. And you crazy as me, Black Dot, so I fuck with you, man. And Malcolm. But I appreciate y'all, man. And then I want to give a shout-out. So, I got we get some subscribers constantly. The subscribers come in, even though they're shadow banning, we still get, some good subscribers throughout the month. And a lot of them come from different platforms and don't understand who they looking at, and they don't vet, they don't go through the playlist, and they don't really look up the stuff or any of the videos that I've done, or, who you're subscribing to. You're supposed to vet who you're subscribing to, not just because you like one video I did. But, so I want to take a shout out. I want to say shout out to, because some of the people, they be saying, and you've heard me say that before, but I want to shout out to my unhappy niggas. Because a lot of people, not a lot, I ain't going to say a lot. This is just a few people. But some people, they say, why he got to laugh when he give information? Why you laugh all the time, brother? My question to you would be, why don't you laugh? Who was that? Roger Roche, always doing me nice. Appreciate you, brother. My question would be, why don't you laugh more? Why are you so fucking unhappy? You think knowledge is supposed to be delivered to you all serious, and then the Anunnaki came. And then, brother, listen to me, sister. You are the goddess of the earth, my sister. You, wherever you walk, sister, the earth rises because you are the earth. And this comes to you. And then you flow, your energy flows through you, and it flows through the rest of us, sister. So that's how we're supposed to look at the brothers and sisters of the earth. That's how we're supposed to look at each other. We're supposed to look at each other like through gods, like gods. And if you look at each other in any other way, then you are fucking up, brother. You are fucking up. You are not the God that you are sent here to be. That's how you want me to deliver information? Or like, what's my man, David Icke? And we are trapped here. We are trapped in a matrix. In a world matrix. Do you understand? We're trapped in a matrix that's higher than the third degree, higher than the third dimension. We're in a matrix of dimensions, many dimensions, 4th, 5th, and 6th, and 7th dimensions. And so how are we supposed to deal with these dimensions? We're supposed to rise together. We're supposed to come together, and we're supposed to blend our consciousness. And so we're supposed to come out of this as gods all together. That way you want me to deliver information? I don't do that, nigga. I'm me. I'm a happy nigga. I'm a happy God in harmony with the universe, delivering the information I came here to deliver. So if laughing through that makes you mad, or it doesn't vibe with you, then there's a whole lot of other niggas you can watch. Sleepy niggas who deliver information. There's a lot of sleepy ass niggas who deliver information. You gotta sit there and you be checking your clock, nigga. Hey, nigga, goddamn, you gonna get to the goddamn, shit. What's in the, nigga, didn't you hear it in the title? Didn't this nigga have, alien gods coming to fuck, like, nigga, get to that. Well, fuck it, let me fast forward this shit. You go ahead and you deal with niggas like that. Me, I'm not boring. You understand? I'm a happy nigga, and I laugh. And what you hearing, again, I'm gonna tell you, what you hearing is me talking to myself. I laugh at myself all day long without you niggas here. So you're welcome, nigga, for letting you look in. That's what you seeing. So all you unhappy niggas, I would say, get happy. This shit ain't real. This shit ain't. You're living in this is not a simulation, but it's not real though. This physical plane, it's real and it's not real. This is not the actual reality. You are energy. You are not this physical shit. This is an illusion. This is a school for you to come here and learn. And if you want to take this shit super serious, all you goddamn want and never have fun in life and think information is supposed to be delivered to you like some goddamn fucking school professor in England in 1727 England, then you go fuck with them niggas. Because I don't deliver information like that. I like to have fun. And the information, the way I see it, that's the way it comes to me. So, salam alaikum. Y'all kick rocks, you unhappy nigga. Oh, you unhappy ass niggas. But for all the rest of y'all niggas who, hey, we get down. I fuck with the rest of you niggas. Y'all fuck with me. That's how we roll. So, what's going on in the world today? So I wanted to talk to y'all about this global transformation. There's a video, and I will work to remember to put it in the description box at the end of this video. But there's a video of one of the German politicians. He's breaking down about being dedicated, how Germany is dedicated to the global transformation. Who was that? Oh, Tariq Bey, appreciate you. So they're dedicated to the global, something they call in the global transformation. Now we've already heard the Great Reset. We've heard that as being a plan. And then I think it was Reuters or Washington Post a couple of days ago, they came out and they addressed the Great Reset or the Great Reset as conspiracy theory and said it's not conspiracy theory, it's a plan, it's a viable plan for sustainability and blah, blah, blah. So wait a minute. So it is a real thing. So what you're saying is the niggas who you call conspiracy theorists who was calling this Great Reset some bullshit, you're saying it's not, it is that. There is a Great Reset. Oh, who was that? Oh, Nerve, appreciate you. There is something called the Great Reset, but it's good for us. It's going to help us. It's going to help us be more sustainable. Wait a minute. So you're just going to explain the bullshit away. Okay. So we was right. Y'all do have a plan called the Great Reset that you niggas have implemented. Okay. All right. So he calls it, though, because they trying to get away from that term. They call it the global transformation. The global, get this lingo in your tongue. The global transformation, right? So he's saying that Germany is dedicated to the global transformation. Oh, Antonio, appreciate you. Man, that's some love right there. Appreciate you, brother. Antonio, what's up, Antonio? Appreciate you, brother. But if y'all don't know that reference, that's Martin when he talked about when Antonio Fargas was on Martin. Go back and watch that. But and that's Huggy Bear for all you people that don't know. But the global transformation. So he talked about the global transformation, how they're dedicated towards that, and also dedicated to funding the global Hokey fund. This is what he called it. They call it the Global Crackination Fund campaign. There is one. I'm about to get into that in a second, right? So before I get into that part, though, you guys have been hearing that a company called Blackstone has been buying up a lot of the residential properties and commercial properties around. Just going through and buying up whole neighborhoods, right? Just going through whoever owns it. If they're at whatever their asking price is, they're outbidding this regular people by, 20, 30, 40% on top of what they're asking. So that company is Black. So the main company that's been doing that is BlackRock, right? So BlackRock is buying up everything, just Just no matter what, give it, right? So what's up with BlackRock? Anybody try to break down who BlackRock is and what the fuck who they deal with and all that? So just start doing a little research on BlackRock. BlackRock, first of all, let's get the name BlackRock. And there's two companies. There's one called Blackstone and BlackRock, or the Blackstone Group. They used to be called Blackstone, and then they became the Blackstone Group. And then there's BlackRock. So how these two companies came to be, Blackstone, which started in like 85, and BlackRock started in 88. But Blackstone they gave capital to BlackRock, right? At first to start to get their funding going. And then, but they weren't called that at first. And then they changed their name somewhere down the line to BlackRock during the mid-90s, right? So what's the most famous BlackRock or Blackstone that you know in the world today? I would say that would be the Kaaba stone in Mecca. When you take the Hajj, which every Muslim is supposed to take in your lifetime, you're supposed to take that in Mecca, that trip to Mecca, to the stone, and do the Kaaba and travel around the Kaaba stone, and do your little thing around the stone. That cube, the black cube, right? That black cube, as if you guys don't know, is a representation of the black cube that's on Saturn. That cube that you can see on Saturn, they got 50 million pictures of it. Please go Google it. So that's what the Kaaba stone is. That black cube is the cube that's on Saturn, right? So now the two names, the two companies, Blackstone, BlackRock, right? So BlackRock, this is hilarious. So BlackRock been buying up all the property in America, just buying it up like fucking they Cookie Monster, cookie. Like they just eating that shit, cookie. Okay, and then BlackRock also, just so y'all know, BlackRock's assets, they call assets under management, are about 10 trillion. They have $10 trillion. That's with a T. $10 trillion in assets under management. That means things that they're holding for people, right? But this, as long as they're holding it, they have power of attorney over this stuff to move and do things with this money. They basically have control over that much money at one time. Now, they're only worth, I think, 134 billion gross, 34 billion net. But they have an assets under management of $10 trillion, which is absolutely fucking insane type of control to have. Now, they're an asset management company, an asset risk company. What they basically do is they assess risk for people. They say, look, these are the investments that's going to give you the least amount of risk, over the long term, over of this period of time. So you should invest in this, boom, right? So that's what they do. That's also what risk management is in stock. And when you're trading stocks, it's risk management in trading stocks is assessing how much you want to lose before you even invest. So no matter what, if the stock drops below to this point, the exchange automatically pulls you out of the trade without you even doing anything. So risk management company, these corporations, they manage you as far as businesses and investments on a great scale, right? Your risk management. Now, BlackRock, guess who BlackRock is buying all these goddamn properties for? This is BlackRock is buying these properties, but they're not buying them with their money. They're buying them, remember, they're an asset company for somebody. BlackRock is buying all these goddamn properties for the Fed. The Federal fucking Reserve. In March 2020, somebody remind me, when did the Pandeezy start? In America or around the world? The World Pandeezy started when? March The lockdowns, March 2020. So in March 2020, the Federal Reserve hired BlackRock to buy up what they call commercial mortgage backed securities, right? CMBS, right? Commercial mortgage backed securities. Now, this is why you got to get into your financial game. Make sure you guys get the book. Let me get it. You guys want to get this? Y'all see that? The dictionary. This is Barron's Dictionary of Finance and Investment Terms. Y'all got to get this if y'all want to up your financial game and be let into these doors, into this new financial game. You got to understand the lingo. Just like law is a language, finance is a language, and you have to learn that language, right? So make sure y'all get this book. So, commercial-backed mortgage securities, right? So remember when the stock market crashed in 2008? They did that because they were doing something called CDOs. That's collateral debt obligations. To really understand this, go watch the movie The Big Short, and it breaks all of this stuff down in a nice way where the layman, the regular person, can understand this high financial shit. You may have to watch it a couple times, but it's a dope movie to really understand this shit. So collateral debt obligations basically is they take a bunch of debt, right? A bunch of debt that has a low credit score on the stock market. They buy it, they pour it all into a pot. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, give me that, Nick, this gumbo. Hey, Nick, give me that chicken wing bone. I don't need the chicken wing, I need the chicken wing bone. Yeah, oh yeah. All right. Hey, Nick, give me the skin off the sausage. No, I don't need the sausage, I need the skin off the sausage. See, they put everything that ain't worth shit into the pot. All this bullshit. Nothing that you can really fucking eat and do. All right. So it's a gumbo, it's a pot of bullshit gumbo. And they throw all of this into the pot, and then they reclassify it as collateral debt obligations, or CDO. And then this whole thing, this whole pot now gets upgraded. The credit rating gets upgraded on the stock market, and then they can sell these things openly with an A credit rating. So, but it's all bullshit. Everything that's in there is bullshit. So this is how the stock market crashed, because they were selling so many of these on the open market that everything in it, it looked great on the outside, but when you went inside the goddamn house, nigga, it wasn't no floor. it wasn't nothing in the house. It was all gutted. So that's what a CDO is. That's how it caused the crash, right? So they were selling so many of these on the stock market that ultimately it was going to fall, because they were just giving loans to people who couldn't afford it, like mortgage loans to people who couldn't afford it, and then they would default on the loans, and then these defaulted loans got thrown in the pot of the CDO. Now these are loans that were defaulted on, bad loans. They throw it in the pot, reclassify it as a CDO, and then it becomes a good loan. See, so this I'm just giving y'all a little breakdown of the finance of how this shit works. Now, the BlackRock is buying up property, or what's called commercial backed mortgage securities, commercial backed mortgage securities, because that's basically mortgages. Instead of just all those debt that they just throw in the pot, now they just take mortgages exclusively. No matter what, debt, bad mortgages, boo, just throw all that shit in the pot. Debt you can't pay back, throw that all in the pot, and then they reclassify it as collateral, as commercial-backed mortgage securities, and then they sell that on the open market. And so it'll be like 150, or 200 properties, or 1,000 houses in these things. Not like it's not a little. It's a gang of properties in this motherfucker, like thousands. And so then they'll resell them to somebody, and that's how people will come up on all these properties, on these mortgage. Having all these, having all the mortgage deeds, right? So the ownership of the mortgages. Now, basically, the Fed is having BlackRock go do all of this, buying up all the property as soon as the fucking stock market crashed. All the property went down as soon as everybody go in the house. Excuse me. Everybody gets locked up in the house. Nobody's able to work. All the fucking businesses get shut down. Everything, the whole market goes to shit. The whole market goes to shit. The Fed is buying up all the goddamn property in America. I think more they're doing this around the world, but in America. That's fucking, y'all understand how crazy that shit is? The Fed, who already pretty much owns everything through, they own all the stocks that are on the stock exchange through a company called Seed and Company. They created, so when you put your stock on the company, you have to give your stock over to this company called Seed and Company. They become the holder of your stock, and you become I forgot, you sell something like called, I forgot the name of the stock, but it's like a copy stock on the stock market. So Seed and Company, which is owned by the Federal Reserve, ultimately they own your stocks. So they already own all the stock on the stock market through that. And then they come in and they've got BlackRock buying up all the goddamn property in America when the Pandeezy hit. Why the fuck are they doing that? What the fuck is that shit about? And then they call this the global transformation. What they're doing, basically, little what they call the global transformation, they are shifting all of the power. They're tired of you niggas, the useless eaters of the world. They tired of all y'all. they tired of dealing with you niggas. So what these niggas about to do, what these niggas about to do, they're transferring everything to crypto, everything to digital, everything. There's consolidating power into this one little small hub. We told you about the one world government. This shit has been happening since for 100 years. They've been planning this shit. Now the plan is in full effect. So they're consolidating power. Everybody's about to move all the what they call the elites, because there's a video out where this person, this one leader of a country, she's saying that there's good news and bad news. That the good news is that the elites of the world, we trust each other more. We're trusting each other so we can come together and we'll be able to really do more things in the world. But the bad news is our people, our citizens in our country, they trust us less and they trust us even less. So how do we deal with that? Yeah, because you motherfuckers are a goddamn Illuminati cabal trying to take over the fucking world, and the people are aware of that shit now because we got we got these alternative social media and all these alternative information places where we can find this information. We finding y'all doing some fuckery. So this global transformation, or which is really the global world order, the one world order, they keep repackaging so that you don't get hip to the fucking name. So that's what this shit is about. They're retransferring wealth from the low half all the way up to the up half. They need you niggas to be destitute at the bottom. That's the way to maintain strict control, because if you're destitute, you have no way to support yourself. Oh, who was that? Kinte, thank you, appreciate it. So if you have no way to support yourself, then you're always going to be reliant on the government. You're always going to be relying on the government. Oh, who was that? Dion, appreciate you. So this is their plan to get you fully reliant on the government. Even the people who know about the government and who don't trust the government, they're just going to make it so you're going to make your situation so destitute that you have no choice but to rely on the government. That's the shit that's coming. So BlackRock is buying up all kind of things in the name of the Fed, right? And so Blackstone, now here, this is the other thing. So this is the other thing about that. So before we get into, so BlackRock and all of this is the person who I was talking about who said that. This was a person at the World Economic Forum. So I don't know if the World Economic Forum just happened. They had all these people around and they were talking about how this is how they were going to basically implement social justice and equity around the world. We're gonna have, we're gonna have. This dude said it. What's his the Prince of England, Prince Charles. He said we're gonna have to do this basically try to get people to accept cracksinations. The crackination campaign, because that's the first plan that they're trying to implement, and they're gonna have to do this militarily if possible. Meaning we're gonna force you niggas to get to if we have to do it, we're gonna come to you altruistically at first, but then if we gotta force you niggas, military coming through. So that's leading me to the next part of the phase where homeboy said that we're funding the Global Crackination Fund. What is that called? That campaign is called COVAX. Go look that up. It's called COVAX, right? This is the World Health Organization plan to crackinate the world. They got a plan. It's a campaign. They called COVAX that they trying to implement. They crackinate the world. And basically by mid 2020, this is right by July, they plan on getting 70% of the world vaccinated. 70%. Excuse me. They plan on having 70% of the world vaccinated by mid-July. So this is an aggressive campaign, which is why you see all of this coming down right now. They have a plan. It's on schedule. Remember, these are businessmen. When we implement it, we got a business plan. We got to stick to the schedule. Boom, 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 boom. So, and then they say, then they treat countries as far when they talk about countries, they use it in the terms of class. They say we have to get the lower income and mid income countries up to a vaccination level that's commiserate with the first class countries or the upper economic countries. What do you hear that always? The lower income, mid income. That's usually when they talk about your ass in society. Lower income families, mid income, middle income families. That's where you hear that shit. That's a classist thing. So this is the shit they implementing around the world. They're taking the lower class countries and what they call the middle class countries and forcing the vaccinations on these niggas. Through the guise of we're helping you. This was being held from your country for so long. We're coming in to save you guys. Don't worry, we got you. Don't worry. We have so many billions of vials of liters being produced of this. Don't worry about that. We have enough for you. We just need you guys to get your governments on board to comply so we can come in and give it to you. See, a lot of these governments are not complying, and they're trying to use these external pressure or the pressure of the people to try to force their governments to have these people come in and try to give the vaccination. These governments is like, nigga, y'all full of shit. Cuba just made up their own. They made up their own vaccine that had nothing to do with the rest of these niggas. It's plant-based, it's holistic based and all that, and it's supposed to be working. Shout out to Cuba. So all these other people, they know this is some bullshit going down. Would you please don't believe what's going on the news? Like even in the Ukraine, you hear about war, we're going to help Ukraine in the war and all this and that. Ukraine is like, nigga, what you talking about, nigga? We over here ain't nothing popping. Like nigga, y'all tripping. Y'all talking shit is gonna escalate shit over here, but nigga, right now we cool. We trying to talk through the shit. But if you niggas keep ramping shit up over in America, nigga, that's gonna start some shit. So then Biden sends 200,000 pounds of weapons or over to the Ukraine. That's to start some shit. You know why? Because ain't no wars going. America doesn't have any wars going right now. That means niggas is losing money. If ain't no wars going, because Biden cut that shit off in Afghanistan, $300 million. $300 million, what is that, a day? That war was producing? $300 million a day. You think you gonna cut that type of money off from niggas and you gonna be okay and they gonna be cool with that? Fuck out of here. Hell to the nah. So this is why you see them niggas trying to get into another war and also to distract you. Remember, the mandate shit ain't popping off. Them forcing you to take this shit is not popping off like it was supposed to. So they got to get you niggas distracted on some other shit. So this COVAX thing is being implemented by somebody called Gavi. Just wanted to get this shit straight. So Gavi is called the Vaccine Alliance. This is correct. GAVI. That's their name. They're called the Vaccine Alliance. And these niggas are trying to get the world vaccinated by the end of the year. About 70% by the middle of the year, the world by the end of the year, 100% by the end of the year. This is the plan. They trying to go hard on this shit. These niggas are trying to go hard on this shit. And so that's what the WHO, and that's called the Global Vaccine Equity Campaign. This is what they're implementing. I'll say it again. The Global Vaccination Equity Campaign. Because we want all of the countries to be on an even plane with the upper countries, so everyone should be allowed to have access to the cracksinations. So we're coming to you, low countries. We're coming to you. We're going to save you. Don't worry about your governments. We're coming in spite of your governments, and we'll help you. We'll save you. This is the bullshit that's popping off right now. So, mind what's going on. What's happening is, though, the information is being spilled out there so goddamn much that they can't do this the way that they want to do it. We're in a new age. We're in this air age. Information is flowing so fast. As soon as they do something, it's already known. Like, nigga, you ain't getting away with that. So they're not the way they thought they were able to run the world for those years in the past when we were in, y'all heard me do the science on the conjunction, when we were in a 200-year age of earth signs. It's not working like that anymore. That shit is gone. So their plans are their plans are failing right from the jump. So they got to constantly keep implementing some new shit, right? So the whole plan is to basically take over the world takeover through the Crackination campaign, the Cracksine Equity campaign, through trying to get the world in the guise of, we're going to make the world equally healthy. We're going to get the world's immune system on an equal balance, an even level. Everyone's going to have the same immune system. Wait a minute. Everyone never had the same immune system. So this is their plan coming through. We have got to counter that shit with as much sharing of this information as possible. That's how that shit goes. The more and more people that you wake up, and I don't even like using that term, but niggas are asleep consciously. The more and more people that you wake up, the less they'll be able to do that. They're not able to do it really. If you really watch what's going on around the world, there's so many protests, down in this. The truckers in Canada, they just smashed on Canada, and then Trudeau tried to act like he was sick when the truckers mashed up there in Canada. He was, oh, I'm sick. I can't really. This nigga he full of shit. You know those damn truckers was about to ride on your ass. So we have to keep pushing, man. We have to keep pushing. This global transformation through Crackination is the main plan. The global transformation through Crackination. And that is what's going down. And it is they are backing you down. They're in the low post like Shaq, backing you down. Like, you got to stay sturdy. You can't let them back you down. Y'all know who Shaq wasn't able to back down? Shout out to this brother. Shaq wasn't able to back down. Kwame Brown. That's right, bitches. Big ass Shaq. When Kwame Brown D'd up Shaq got D'd up. Go pull that footage up. Shaq was not able to move Kwame Brown. Kwame was stronger than Shaq. So you got to be Kwame in the face of this shit. Them niggas bagging you down in the post. Nigga, you hold your ground like Kwame Brown. You understand? Didn't mean to rhyme there, but hey, that's how it worked. You stand your ground like Kwame Brown. That's how it worked. So, Gavi, the Cracksine Alliance, make sure y'all make yourselves aware of that and what's going down in the World Health Organization, the global Cracksine Equity campaign. That's the vehicle to implement this whole one world order. Is through that. All right. So then, through all of that happening, your boy Feezer, don't like saying their name, they're asking for approval for babies 6 months to 4 years old. 6 months, y'all heard me? 6 months to 4. Man, they're trying to create a new goddamn species on this planet. These niggas are trying to create another. They ain't gonna be no more humans left on this goddamn planet when they finish. Whatever the fuck they are, nigga, bopping you up with 1,000,000 times. We already told you. And what's the doctor who broke that down in the last couple of videos? It's deleting your genes. It's gene deleting. This is what this shit is doing. They found this shit out. It's gene deleting. What happens when it's doing this? So the major implication of that is the genes that are being taken out of your body are major genes that you need to fight off cancers. That's why cancer is crazily up since this in this whole in this whole shit, this whole lockdown. Go look at the numbers. Also, the blood clots, especially that the coroners are pulling out, these funeral home people are pulling out of people. They're trying to, and when they're trying to do the embalming, and they try to stick the embalming fluid in the vein, and they can't get it through. And so then they gotta go in the vein and try to pull out whatever's in there, and they pull it out, and it's this long fucking string of hardened, basically rubbery blood that's been clotted up. And then it creates some type of white fibrous thing that's attached to it, that's feeding off of the goddamn blood clot. Y'all niggas better go, y'all better go see this shit. This shit is crazy. What the fuck these niggas is pulling out of people. Holy shit. And then they just said, also they did a study and tried to say that this is the way they framed it, that Modern Easy's Hokey causes less myocarditis than Pfizer's. This is what they said. Not focusing on the fact that it causes that at all, but Modern Easy's causes less than Pfizer. This is an actual report in the newspaper. I think it was in the Times or the Post recently. This just happened. I just read this shit yesterday. And they went down the whole making the case for, oh, the percentage of these over here of myo is less than these. And then talking about, and a lot of people, it took close to a year for them to recover. They say, well, most recovered within a few weeks, but some didn't. It took, close to a year to recover. And so this is the cat agency saying this shit. Man, why are you not focused on the fact that it's causing that in children? And then the World Health Organization, what's her name? Damn, what was that lady's name? I keep messing up her name. The head doctor for the UN. I think it was like Sumalai Samanathan or something like that. Please don't quote me on the name, but Sumalai Samanathan or something like that. She came out and said, we need to stop giving this to kids. She said that shit. I know y'all, you can Google the press conference. She said that we need to stop recommending you giving this to kids. But over in America, these niggas come out, Pfizer comes out and says, oh yeah, can we get approval for 6 months to 4? And then your boy Fauci comes out and says, yeah, we need to start giving it to, yeah. The earliest the better. The earliest that you can start taking the as long as you start taking this, the better. We're gonna save lives. Because I'm science. And to go against me is to go against science. You understand, Rand Paul? So this is the fuckery that they're doing right now. World Health Organization coming out saying, no, our government is full on press. They full pushing this shit. So that show you where this bullshit is going. But they are creating a new species, man. The fact that there's so much, this is the hardest press for something I ever seen in my life, man. Any of this shit, they have never been pushed for something like this. This is crazy. How they're really trying and the reason is because through this, it's a taking away of your rights on a small scale, but really on a grand scale. You think it's a small scale. Oh, I'm just giving up my right to protest, being free of going here. I'm just giving up a small right of being able to protest of going there. That's all this and that. No, that shit extrapolates. When you give up that right, that looks like a small right now. You know why? Because your ass is far away from it. Walk your ass up on that right. That motherfucker become this big. So that's the point. You guys are looking at them rights from way the fuck back there as they start taking them from you. But y'all need to, like, hold up. I won't be able to do this, and this ever again? Yep, that's right, nigga. Don't worry about it, nigga. We saving you right now, though. Nigga, we saving your life right now. Nigga, wasn't that good that we saved you, nigga? From some shit that wasn't even real. We saved you, though. So that's what this whole shit is about. This whole plan. All right, give me this. Give me that right. Give me that right. Give me that. You don't want that right, do you? All right, I'll take that. Hey man, ain't that a heavy burden on your back? Ain't that right so heavy? Let me unburden you with that right. Let me. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you, brother. Oh, hey man, hey man, you got a right. You got a right hanging off your back, man. Let me get that. Yeah. They are snatching them shits from your ass because you don't know anything about them. You don't know how to keep them. You don't know how to assert them. You don't know nothing. So you left running around with a chicken with the head cut off, trying to figure out how to help get somebody to help you when all you gotta do is help yourself. So that's what the crackination, gene deleting the genes that help fight off cancer. And just so you know, you have cancerous cells in your body all day long. Constantly, from all the toxins that you breathe, the toxins in your house. Do you know that the toxins in your house are volatile? They're called volatile organic compounds. And all the things that you have in your house, the books, the couches, everything, they leach, these things shed molecules into the air. The paints off the wall, all of that stuff sheds molecules into the air that you breathe. Why you think I got that fucking air purifier up there? That's to keep the air quality in your house is actually worse than the air quality outside. Any scientists and doctors will tell you that. So, with all of this shit that, we're constantly taking in, excuse me, all of this shit, that you're constantly breathing in and taking in and doing all of this shit. You have cancerous cells in your body all the time, and your body's fighting that shit off all the time. When you eat, you shouldn't eat so much Cajun food, which is called blackened food, or because the carbon on the food is a carcinogen to your body. The burnt part of the food. So when you fry burnt and you eat a lot of that shit, that burnt part, you should eat less and less. Don't eat so much of that because that helps to feed the cancerous cells in your body. So you shouldn't, even though it may taste better when you char it, don't eat so much charred food. But saying that to say all of these, you have so many cancerous cells in your body that your body's constantly fighting off every day. And this cracking, if it goes in your body and is deleting those genes that creates those cells, then what's happening to those cancer cells in your body? They like, hey, nigga, it's a party, nigga. Hey, where the popo at? Hey, I ain't seen them niggas in like weeks. You sure? Hey, nigga, shit, let's get it poppin', man, nigga. Hey, what's up, boy? Hey. Them niggas are turned up in your body when the cancer cells, the cancer, or the cells that's in your body to fight off cancer, when them niggas is taking a break, when them niggas ain't there no more, nigga, the cancer cells are turned up. So that's the other thing that shit is doing to you. Also creating a new species. When y'all start feeling your chest start that motherfucker start pumping out your chest. Don't say it, it'll tell you. So, and then how deep this shit goes, BlackRock. So I told you how Blackstone and BlackRock are actually pretty much together. So Blackstone funded BlackRock at the beginning, and then now they're two separate companies, but kind of linked, still linked. So the former executive, one of the head executives of BlackRock, is the main financial advisor for Biden. This show you how deep this shit goes. The money, the executives, the VPs at BlackRock is now the main financial advisor for Biden. So it's all intertwined. This damn plan is for real. Who was that? Michelle. Oh, appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. Love y'all on the chest today. On Saturn's Day. Appreciate y'all. Maybe I should do more on Saturn's Day. Get the energy coming back. But so yeah, one of the former heads of BlackRock is now the financial advisor for Biden. So they're in the White House. And then that company is with the Fed. And so what they said, let me just go back real quick. The reason the Fed said that they hired BlackRock to buy up property was so that they could shore up the housing market in America. So with that, they basically are saying that they think most people, or they know that most people believe the Fed is a government agency. And it's not. The Federal Reserve is a completely private fucking bank. Private bank all the way through. So when these niggas are buying up these properties, they're buying it for a private corporation. That's what's going down. They're buying this shit for a private corporation, buying up all the property. So then these niggas can really put the smash down when they start to implement these, with these social credits and all this type of shit. Did you get cracksinated? Oh, well, your social score is this and all that. That's being implemented in other places around the world. Don't think they're not gonna try to figure out a way to get it over here. So man, make sure y'all hit that like button so the algorithm gets around everybody in here. How many people hit the like button? Come on, y'all. It's 400 some people in here. Everybody hit that goddamn like button. You understand me? Right now, hit that bow. Here you go. Hit that like button. But so excuse me. So that was hold on, let me get it. So that was just letting you know. So that's how deep BlackRock goes. So the other thing I want to talk to you about is the UN. They're implementing, they're working towards legislation so that you can't speak against the Holocaust. The United Nations is creating some legislation that you can no longer, that it's a crime for you to be a Holocaust denier. You understand this shit? That's crazy. You can't have an opinion about that shit, or it's going to be labeled a crime. And so what happens is, because all the member countries of the UN, once they put this down, they all signed on board. So that means America signed on board for that legislation, and all of them will have to create some type of legislation like that in their countries at some point. An anti-denier legislation, anti-Holocaust denier legislation. What the fuck is that? This lets you know who running shit. The niggas you can't talk about, the Khazars. We all know the Khazars. They ain't really who they say they are. They Khazars from Khazaria. We all know that. If y'all don't know, you better go look it up. Khazar. K-A-Z-A-R from Khazaria. Them niggas back in the Middle Ages, those times, they ran Khazaria. Khazaria was a major port. So all in Khazaria, the ports used to go, you can come to Khazaria from 4 different ports, which has made it major hub for trading, which is why a lot of the Khazars are very adept at money and trading, because their country was a major hub in the world for trading because of those ports that can come in and out. But then during the Crusades, when the Muslims, the Moors, were fighting against the Christians, and they both tried to smash on Khazaria, and they said, "Hey, nigga, y'all, who you with? Who you with? Which one you with, nigga? Hey, nigga, I got a gun. Hey, nigga, I got a bunch of bitches in the back, nigga. You want to fuck with us? Hey, nigga, this is the Muslim. Hey, nigga, I got a bunch of bitches in the back." The Christians were like, "Hey, no, no. I have little boys in the back." This Catholic church. I got some little boys in the back. And so you're like, "Hey, nigga, I ain't fucking with none of that shit, nigga." So Khazaria was basically like, to the Muslims, "Do you have a problem with Jews?" And the Muslims was like, "No." Or Judaism. And then he said to the Christians, "Do you have a problem with Judaism?" The Christians was like, "No." And they said, "All right, well, we Jews then, nigga." Y'all ain't, neither one of y'all got a problem with that? All right, we Jews. And they converted. That's how they became, and that's how they became what you see today. And then when Russia, the Kievs, came in and smashed on them, the Russians from Kiev came in and smashed on Khazaria, that broke them up, and they had to they had to disband and disperse and go all over the world. And this is why you have all of them, they don't really have a home. This is why they had to get Israel, because their true land of Khazaria was disbanded by the Kievs. And so that's where they went to Portugal and and Spain and all these places. So this is where they're so spread out around the world. But their true place of origin is Khazaria. So, but they're about to implement fucking legislation where you can't be a Holocaust denier. That's crazy. Because everybody know you really study that shit. It was the corporations that was implementing that shit. It was the corporations that was backing it, funding it, doing all of that. Started it. So there's a cat named Benjamin Friedman. Please go look him up. And he talks about are we JEWs? He said, because he's one. His Benjamin Friedman, he's one. He used to give lectures in the 60s. Go around. He was rich too. And so he wasn't doing this for money. He used to go around saying, yo, I'm rich. And I'm telling you, we ain't the true ones. And so he gave the story, and he also gave the story about how the war got started. The Holocaust and the war. He gave a whole breakdown of how that got started, about how it was really the financial interest, the Khazarian financial interest, excuse me, who wanted to start this economic war. They're the ones who smashed on the Germans first, economically, and then they went in and they shot one of the German I forgot. They went to the German embassy and went in and shot one of the German lead. I forgot the name of the guy who was in there, but they shot him. When a Khazarian went in there and shot him, and that's what started the backlash from the Germans on them. So go watch Benjamin Friedman. He breaks that whole story down. But this is what's coming down the pipe. Y'all ain't gonna be able to talk about the Khazars no more. You ain't able to talk about them now. Look at Whoopi. What happened to Whoopi? What happened to Whoopi? Whoopi, she thought, hey, my last name Goldberg. Hey, I'm Goldberg. I'm a Goldberg, y'all. Like, nah, bitch. You ain't one of us. Sit your dumb nigga ass down and stop talking about. And all she said was that the Holocaust wasn't about race. It was about man's inhumanity to man. Now, ultimately, she's right. It is about man's inhumanity to man. Yeah, I don't see you as human. So that's the way I can do what I do to you. Now, that's on the surface. But then what they basically propagandized the war to be about was that your boy Hitler, your boy Heil, he didn't like Khazars, even though he was one. See, that's why it wasn't about race, because he was one. And so his whole thing was about, if you know what that was, he was dealing with Madame Blavatsky and the Nordic race, and he was introduced to the Nordic extraterrestrial. That's all that you go do the research on that. It was about he was into some major occult shit, and they broke him down with the blonde Aryan extraterrestrial race. So he wanted to create this pure race of blondes because he thought the master race who created everybody was these blonde extraterrestrial niggas, who y'all know what they call the Nordics. So that goes back to that. That's why he tried to create a world full of blonde people, because he thought the Nordics, extraterrestrial aliens, were the true race. But so that's what's going down. Watch out for that y'all don't say nothing against the Khazars. And so how deep this shit is going, as far as them trying to control, y'all heard about the Joe Rogan the Joe Rogan cancellation, right? They trying to get your boy Joe Rogan out of here. Why they trying to get Joe Rogan out of here? Because Joe Rogan had on two people that can down their whole goddamn shit. Two people that can down their whole shit. Dr. Peter McCullough and what's the other dude? Robert Malone. Dr. Robert Malone and Peter McCullough. Peter McCullough, most published doctor in his field ever. Ever. You understand? Published means your ass is credible. When they publish your shit, that means your shit is super credible. He the most published nigga in his field ever. So then Dr. Robert Malone is the nigga who invented the damn technology they using, right? And so they trying to sit up here. And so when Joe Rogan had them on, pretty much ripping their whole plan apart, talking about how it's all bullshit, then now we got to get on. Now we got to get on Joe Rogan. But really, what this shit is about is who owns. So then you start, you really start how it started. Neil Young, he pulled his music off, which he don't even own his music. So somebody else told him to go do that. So the company who bought his music is a hedge fund company who bought his music. I forgot the name of the hedge fund company who bought their music, but who owns part of the hedge fund company is Blackstone. Blackstone owns part of the hedge fund company that owns Neil Young's music that told him to pull it off Spotify. So all of this is a part of the agenda. I need to figure out a way because Joe Rogan, his podcast is fucking shit up. Because he got more viewers than CNN, MSNBC, and Fox combined. And so when he go on there, when people go on his shit, everybody listen. They be like, wait a minute, what? So they have no control over that. And Spotify's like, nigga, do you know how much money we done made with this nigga? We done made billions with this nigga. Billions. They lost out. They made so much money with Joe Rogan. They lost out on money because the system crashed. And so people were trying to buy stocks and when their stock was going up, people was buying so much of their stock, the system crashed. And they think they lost out on $10 billion because the system crashed after Joe Rogan came. So y'all motherfuckers think Joe Rogan, they about to get rid of Joe Rogan? Get the fuck out of here. They ain't getting rid of that nigga. They not getting rid of Joe Rogan, but you can see the powers that are coming down on him. They're trying to hit him from all different aspects. Boom, 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 boom. Because they see him as the main, champion of alternative information. They call it misinformation. But when they out there and you got Rachel Maddow, she said, if you get the cracks, if you get the Hokey, you won't be able to it stops with you. The Hovid stops with you. If you get it, it stops with you. You can't give it to anybody else. She said that shit. Biden got up there in front of the whole world and said, if you get hokied up, then you won't get it again. He said that shit. You can never get it again if you get hokied up. That ain't misinformation though. That's the very definition of misinformation. But they own this nigga because he got way too much power. He has way too much power, and he ain't with the fucking and he's not bowing down. He's not in the inner circle. He ain't bowed down to them motherfuckers. So they got to take him out. They got to take him out the game, right? So they coming at him with, take our music off. Take our music. All these people. We're gonna take our music off. All these people who don't own their catalogs. All these catalogs that's been bought up by these hedge fund companies, and which basically who's partly funded. Like I said, Blackstone and all these other major companies are buying these things. Excuse me. You gotta understand, they're in with the agenda. So that's the one side they hit them on. All right, let's pull our music off. And then they did it at a time when all the stock market crashed at one time. So when they pull the music off the platform, when the stock goes down, which it would have done anyway, because everybody's stock is down, Apple, everybody, it makes it seem like it was because of Joe Rogan and the people, the exodus off of Spotify that made their shit go down, which it would have went down anyway because all the stock market is down right now. And just so y'all know, this ain't really financial advice, but when the stock market is down, that's when you're supposed to be buying. That's what I heard. So, you make your own decision. But so that's one of the fronts they hit him on, right? If we can hit them enough when the stock price is in jeopardy, then they'll hit back at Joe. Because they know they're not going to get at him any other way at any other time, but financially. If they can make it financially, detrimental for to have him on the show, then boom, they'll take him. But they lost a couple $1 billion or $3 or $4 billion, but they made like $10 billion almost. So they still winning with Joe. So that's why he's not taking them off. Then they come the other way. Who pulls their music off? They get India Ari. They get her motherfucking crazy ass. I'm pulling my music. I don't agree with he says about the crack scenes either. But, Joe Rogan says nigger, and I don't believe that he should be saying that. And she put together a goddamn montage of Joe Rogan saying nigger all the time, right? Calling him racist or a closet racist and all that because you say nigga. Y'all, the people who think that, y'all the dumbest motherfucking people in the universe. First of all, What does nigga mean? Nigga comes from Naga, means an enlightened god. One is who has reached the level of enlightenment to where he's become like a god. That's what a Naga is. Just so we can get this straight, all this bullshit about not saying the N-word bullshit. So when Caucasians or anybody saying it, even though they don't know they're coming with that vibration, they're still participating in that vibration. So you should let them say it all they want. Honestly, remember, every word is created. This is where I taught you in wordplay. Every word is created with a vibration. And if you don't know what that vibration was created with, you participate in that vibration until you're consciously able to transmute it. So you have to know what the vibration was of the energy and the vibration was first, what it was created with, in order for you to transmute it and change it. Otherwise, it still holds that vibration. So Naga means an enlightened God. And person who's become so enlightened that they're like God. You can't change that. It goes to Negus, not Negus. People think the word is Negus, but we didn't speak from the throat. We spoke from the diaphragm. That's where the deeper vibration is. So it's the Negus, not the Negus, like most people think. So you got the Naga, and then you guys say nigga. And that's where the word energy comes from, NRG. And the Nedger, and all the rest of it, the netter. All of these things come from that word. It means God, right? And so the word nigga, though, is slightly a lower vibration of the word naga, meaning it's the higher vibration is naga. We've turned it into nigga, right? And that's also a term we used to say it in a different dialect. That's also the way we said it in a different dialect, nigga. So, but the thing is, everyone's not a naga or a nigga. You shouldn't be saying that if you are a sleep, unconscious dumbass. You shouldn't be using that term. Honestly. And so everybody out here, nigga, really, you are perverting the term. Because you shouldn't be calling yourself that unless you are on some conscious shit. Truly, a naga or a nigga was one who was of high vibrational consciousness and enlightenment. And so unless you are on that vibration, you really shouldn't be saying it. Unless we want to take the word back like that, but otherwise, anybody saying the word, it still holds the vibration of God. So when these Caucasians say it, and it's funny how we've basically we've taken the word back and made them not being able to say it, which is dope because it is the word truly is our word of God, and no one else can say our word of God, which is a dope fucking thing. Let's get that right. Let's get that right off the bat. However, when others do say it, they are just participating to the vibration of the word God. So when Joe Rogan is coming out and he's not saying nigga to be malicious, he's not saying it. When he said it was, she took it out of context. He said nigga in terms of saying that we should be able to say the word in conversation when we're just talking educationally on the word. We're trying to educate about the word. We should still be able to say the word because he's talking about and one of the things he's talking about a teacher who got fired because they were saying words that you can't say. They were basically teaching words that you can't say, and they said that word this as one of the words you can't say, and one of the students told and said he said the word. But he wasn't calling nobody that. He was saying these are one of the words we can't say. So this is stupid. This begins to be some stupid shit. Ultimately, when you start to break this shit down, and when you start to lash out and go at people for the freedom of speech, that's is when you try to go at somebody else for their freedom of speech, you automatically cancel yours. Do you understand that? If you say I'm going to take your freedom of speech away, oh, right, as above, so below, act, cause and effect, action, reaction. You, by then doing that, you do that. You literally, you take someone else's voice, your voice is taken as well. That is the karma of it. So him saying nigga, and this is a funny thing, two of his closest friends ever was Charlie Murphy and Dave Chappelle. Two of his closest friends ever is niggas. It's hilarious. Like Charlie Murphy, I think was like his best friend as far as comedians. He talk about Charlie Murphy all the time. When he start crying. Charlie Murphy and him was so close. So the fact that people are calling Dave or Joe Rogan fucking racist is absolutely insane, but it's distraction. Remember, it's distraction. If I can get all these niggas focused on this nigga, Joe Rogan, the biggest Achilles heel that we have, thwarting our, our campaign of disinformation. There's misinformation and there's disinformation. So there's those, look those two things up. Misinformation is getting something wrong. Disinformation is getting something wrong on purpose. You understand? Misinformation is just getting the information wrong. Disinformation is giving you wrong information purposefully, right? So that's the difference. So that's what basically the government is doing. They're doing disinformation. And so when they try to tell you to step away from this nigga, remember all this shit that just came out on your boy Fauci. Now nobody talking about that nigga. More emails just got released that implicated this nigga. And man, this nigga should be in jail 1,000 times. But y'all need nobody listening to this shit because all the campaign is on Joe Rogan and this motherfucker and that motherfucker and the anti-crackination people and moo and dude, major motherfucking distraction. So the fact that, you guys allow this, and I'm saying you guys, I'm saying just people in the world, they allow this shit to jump off, shows them the low consciousness of people. This is stupid shit. High conscious people sit back in the room and be like, nigga, they really fell for this shit? Oh, all right, shit. All right, hey, hey, nigga, they fell for it. Let's get it. And so this is, the bullshit, so to speak, that we have to thwart and fight against, because they'll try to separate you. Oh, black people, go to Joe Rogan's, go shit on Joe Rogan. Everybody go protest against Joe Rogan. If you melanated, he calling you, he said nigga. He said the word nigga. Ooh, and all the niggas, oh my God, he said nigga. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? Yeah, he called you God, ultimately. He called you God. So, and that's why all you people who hear me say it, I say it all the time. I say it like it's a poem. It's an ode to a poem to the universe. Nigga. Right? Because it does mean God. And it means a highly enlightened God. And so if you're on that vibration, shout out to you. If you're not, stop calling yourself that. Because you're not that. And so, like I said, the main thing that they're trying to do is, for all of this, is to slowly take your rights away. They're stripping you of your rights and all this bullshit, because they understand that you got a Lamborghini, and in a minute you about to have one of them old an old Volkswagen Bug. You got a Lamborghini, they about to turn that shit to an old Volkswagen Bug on hubcaps. Your shit is, they're snatching your shit. And again, you guys got to start knowing your rights. Y'all know Your Rights Foundation. Man, you guys have been really mashing out on that as far as the volunteers, and you buying the products to get the information to get your rights up, to know your rights. Y'all smashed out on that. I'm proud of y'all, man. Seriously, let's keep it up. Let's get it even more. Let's spread it. Let's keep passing that on. Y'all know about the cards. This is what the popo is the first line of offense that they use against you. So this is your first line of defense. You got to have this information: constitutional rights card, qualified immunity card. Y'all know that. Plus this right here is the qualified immunity notice. All of this goes right in your glove compartment. So when the popo pull you over, or you can have these in your wallet too. I would keep these with me at all times. But all of these you should have on you whenever you stop by the police, especially in the car. You hand this to the police officer and you say, I don't answer questions, partner. I don't answer questions. Bam. And then that right there, police officers left to do their own investigation. Remember, police officers, when they pull you over, they have to investigate, but you don't have to help them. There's nothing that says you have to help a police officer in their investigation. So when they start asking you all these goddamn questions, where you coming from tonight? Huh? Where you going? You have anything to drink tonight? All these, none of your damn business. I don't answer questions. You still live at this address? Where you from? All of that is so that they can get some type of probable cause. They can basically make you trip up when talking back to them, and they can implement or gain probable cause to search the car for drugs or guns and weapons. That's the main goal. They're trying to get into your car to search for guns and weapons. Just so y'all know, that is the game. That is the game. Name of the game. Popo is not trying to give you a ticket. They're trying to gain probable cause so that they can go in your car and search for guns and weapons. Excuse me, guns, weapons, and drugs. Because that's what they really get paid for. That's when that goes on their record as, you know, taking this off the street. They get promotions, they get bonuses, and all of that shit. So just know this is your line of defense for the first line of offense in this damn pandeezy, the popo. If they can't talk to you right off the bat, then there's nothing else for them to say. If they can't gain what's called reasonable suspicion to even engage you in the first place, then there's nothing left to say. They have nothing. So, but you guys have to learn that in order to do it. You learn mostly about it in this. As y'all see, it's the Know Your Rights book, Know Your Rights manual. And these are getting out, and I want to see one of these in every melanated household in America, goddammit. You understand? This is my goal. 1 million Johnny Cochran's. I want this to be in all the hoods, even if it's just sitting around on the table somewhere. You ain't read it yet. I want this to be in the hood, so if somebody else come over your house and see it on the table, hey man, what's that? They pick it up and start going through it. Hey man, you read this shit? You ain't even read this, huh? This needs to be all around. You guys have to start knowing your rights. This is the introduction into it. Then when they do violate your rights, you already know. This is the bonds right here. Go get that bond. Go place a lien on that damn bond. Right there. Claim on that bond. It shows you how to do it. This has in the back. This has the bond laws for all the states in the back. So y'all know these are all the bond laws for all the states right here. In the back. All the bond laws. So you can go find those bond laws and how you're able to place a claim on the police officer in your state. But I give you there's a universal way to do it as well, which I explain in the book. But there may be little intricacies and tweaks in your state how they do it. So make sure you always go to learn the law. That's why I put the law in here so that you can go look up your state law on bonds and figure that shit out. And then y'all already know it comes with the flashcards. So I only got, like I said, I'm out of flashcards. This is the only deck I got left of 2. I don't have any more ones, any more 1 decks. So I can't show you the 1 deck. But it comes with the flashcards, decks 1 and 2. Right here. So police stop flashcards, you should be sitting with your children every 30 minutes a day, every other day. They should be memorizing this stuff. Because we truly need to get a youngster on video smashing on the popo with their rights. That's going to go viral, and that's when the youngsters and everybody will really truly start taking hold and knowing their rights. We need to get these young cats armored up because they are the ones most exposed and the most hunted by the popo. They are. It's just that, and if you are really serious about protecting your child, man, armor them up. Get them the knowledge and information that they need in order to be out here in this damn jungle with the goddamn hunter. This nigga's he the hunter. He Craven the Hunter. For all my people who know about DC Comics, that nigga's Craven the Hunter right there. Y'all better know what's up. And he's hunting, chilling. So, man, armor these kids up. And you'll get that for free if you order the great book of Melanin Research. All right, you get the whole package for free. And also, remember, we have, where did my stuff go? Oh, here it is. Forgot to show y'all. We also have the vaccine religious exemption cards. Now, I gave this deal I gave this deal. I was putting that in the package through January. So if you ordered anytime in February, I'm not doing the deal. I may do it towards the end of this month for the rest of Melanated History Month, which is some stupid shit. You got your month is every goddamn month, but I may do a sale for the end of the the Black History Month, what they call Black History Month. But if you want this specifically, go to knowyourrightsfoundation.org. This is the only place that we sell this. But if you want the whole package. You can also get the whole package there. That also has that also has this card in the whole package. Package number 3. You can order all of that. But if you want it for free, just get the Great Book of Melanin Research, realnoggets.com, and I will throw that in for free. I can't throw the vaccination card in. That's a Know Your Rights Foundation product, so we're going to keep it over there. And so have you guys go over there because we need you guys to support the Know Your Rights Foundation. So I may put that back in the deal later on this month, but right now it's not in the deal. But the rest of the package is. All right. So, and then it would tell me which deck of cards you want, either deck 1 or deck 2, because right now I'm only throwing deck 1 in. So you got to let me know if you want deck 2 instead when you order your package. All right. And then remember that also comes with the Alkaline Cookbook. Let's get healthy, y'all. Make sure this is the way you truly fight a pandeezy, or all these hokey, these what do we call them, the boogie V. This is how you truly fight. You got to keep your immune system up. Your immune system stays up, you ain't even got to worry about it. Period. You ain't got to worry about none of this shit if you keep your immune system up. So right here, this book is digital. So when you hit me up, all these books are digital. When you order the Great Book of Melanin Research, I give you all of these stuff. All of these stuff comes in digital form before you even get the hard copy. So all you people keep hitting me up when I send you the digital, and y'all be like, man, I ordered the hard copy. I know. Read the email that says, I will be sending your hard copy later this week or next week. None of y'all are readers. You get an email and scroll down to the bottom. Man, I wanted the real book. What the hell is this shit? Get your read, niggas. I say, here is the digital copies so that you can begin to study. I will be sending your hard copies later this week. Niggas need to read. Don't you hit me back talking about where my damn book. I ordered the hard copy. You get both. And usually when you buy books, nobody gives you the digital copy and the hard copy. Do y'all know that? That's way more information than anybody gives when you order their book. No one gives you the digital copy of their book when you buy the hard copy. So you're welcome, niggas. Talking all that bullshit. So if you want the package, you got to get the hard copy, Great Book of Melanin Research. And I will throw all of that in for y'all. But remember, this right here is for the Know Your Rights Foundation. And I will say again, for people who are hitting me up, when you use this, also this comes with the oh man, I don't have my form, but it comes with a it comes with the form. It comes with a big form that breaks down everything that's on the card. So you can a study sheet. A giant study sheet that you can break down everything that's on the card. So I want you guys, before you use this, you need to use the study sheet. Know what's on here before you try to give this to someone. And you give this to someone either at a business that you're going to go into, like a restaurant or movie theater or something like that. This is what this is for. Or your business the place of business where you work that's trying to force you to get a crackination. They are also liable, personally liable, if they force you to get a crackination. Now, you're going to have to do the work. If they don't believe you and all that, you're going to have to implement legal action. That's what this is about. This is a notice to implement legal action. So when you do implement legal action, they have been noticed and they're liable. Do you understand that? If you don't give anyone notice in law, they're not liable for anything. That's why a lot of police officers win when you go to court, because the ruling is, the judge will say, the ruling is a claim, excuse me, and what's the term? Failure to state a claim upon which relief can be granted. Listen to this again. Failure to state a claim upon which relief can be granted. Which that means is, if you're gonna claim that somebody wrongs you in law, how does that person know they wronged you if you don't tell them? You have to notice them. That's a legal maxim. You have to tell someone if you have beef against them legally, right? So you have to notice them. So when you fail to notice someone and then you just go straight for the action, the judge or the court will rule and say failure to state a claim upon which relief can be granted. You never stated a claim. Why are you in here? A legal formal claim. There's a way that you state a formal claim in law. And if you haven't done that, you have to notice these people. So that's why this is what this is for. Now, again, with your confidence and your knowledge of the law, it'll push through on a lot of people. But some people may be like, I can't accept this, and they may call the police and all that. But you have to you have to do your diligence. You have the right. You have the right to be in there, per the Title VII of the 1964 Civil Rights Act. or you can sue them for doing that. So again, you have to understand what you're doing, and you have to speak with confidence, but know what this is. All right. So again, you get these at the knowyourrightsfoundation.org exclusively for this month, for most of this month. I may implement it again in the package at the end of this month, but right now you got to go to Know Your Rights Foundation. And also, please go there for the volunteers. We're getting so many volunteers in. If we haven't hit you up for the interview yet, just wait. We do interviews every other Wednesday. So just so y'all know, so just, be prepared. If you haven't heard from us, we do interviews every other Wednesday because there's so many people that's coming in. So, be prepared. We will hit you up to come on in so that you can be, an example of this, learning this law in your community, because that's what we're out here for. It's about education. And so, if you guys don't have the information, you can't go out and you can't do anything. You can't be active without the information. So that's what we're doing. We're about education. Then once you get the education, then you can start, being an activist and all this and that. But marching through the street talking, we shall overcome. Black lives matter. No justice, no peace, no justice. All this bullshit does absolutely nothing. They don't give a fuck about you doing that, because you know why? It don't move anything in the law. Nothing. Go start submitting paperwork to these niggas. Then see what happened. Oh, why are we getting so hostile here? Huh? What's the problem, guy? Can you sit down and tell me what's wrong? I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. This is my first time I've ever heard of it. I'm sorry. Let's sit down as calm people and just talk, please. Let's come on. What do you have to say? Huh? I'm here. I'm all ears. So that's what happens when you start doing legal action. These niggas be like, what? Huh? Wait a minute. What'd you say? They hear your ass then. And real quick, I'll give you a story of what happened with a bond story real quick. Shout out to Gene. If you're watching, this is about you and your brother. So the homie, they went to the county recorder in Detroit, and they were trying to file some paperwork in the county recorder. And the county recorder basically said that you can't file this paperwork, like some status paperwork they were trying to file in the county recorder. And he said, no, you can't file this paperwork, or there's no provision, which means there's no policy where we can file this in the court. That's not lawful though. That's just the policy. They're supposed to file what you bring, public record. So they're trying to get it filed in, and they're not getting any leeway, and they're not gaining any ground with the lady. So they call the lady. She's like, I can't help you guys. And they're challenging her. Like, no, you're supposed to be able to do this, blah, blah, blah. So they say, so she calls the sheriff, the sheriff's deputy that's on duty, that's guarding the county recorder. She calls him into the office. Before he gets there, they go to her, what's your bond information? They asked because the county recorder also has a bond. So they said, what's your bond information? And she goes, hey, why do you need that? Why do you need that? And she like, I don't understand why. Because you're supposed to file. You have a right to file whatever we submit. It's supposed to be lawful. But they start breaking it down, right? How she had a right or an obligation to file their paperwork in the county recorder. And so she was like, I don't know. She started tripping, right, when they started asking for the bond information. So the deputy, he walks into the room and he goes, hey, we have a problem here, guys, like that. And then they turn to the police officer and they go, yeah, he says, yeah, what's your bond information? And then the police officer go, hey guys, what's going on here? I just came to see what's happening. Literally, hey, I just, what's going on? What's going on? I just wanted to see what's happening. He came in here, we have a problem here. As soon as they say, yeah, what's your bond information? Hey guys, what's the what's the problem? Why are you so hostile? Yeah. You understand? That bond is some real shit. So when you start submitting the legal work on these niggas, that's when they get, oh, hey, ho, buddy, my friend, my buddy. That's how they do you. They want to, hey, my buddy, you, me, you. We're friends. So that's how they get. So to all you unhappy niggas, I laugh, nigga. That's how I do. I joke, I laugh. That's how the information come through me to you. That's how the universe told me to give it to you, and that's what you're gonna get. And so for you being unhappy, I can't help you. Sorry. Get happy. To the rest of y'all, love y'all, appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for showing up. Thank y'all for everybody who watched the Bro Rich interview, who was on there shouting out, giving out some love. Appreciate y'all on that. And I'm about to be out and go get me what? A turkey burger, because it's February and I'm back on my turkey burgers. That's right, goddammit. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.